And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Guillermo Acosta, who asked the question, who in a fight, Captain Underpants versus Perry the Platypus? I actually had to double check if Captain Underpants actually had any powers. Apparently, he does, in fact, have powers. He does have super strength. He can fly. He's got heat vision. He is immune to the effects of super starch spray. And a few other abilities that really wouldn't matter in a fight. That are just kind of weird. Was it cotton vision? I think I don't know what that actually means, but to see cotton, I guess. Perry the Platypus is more or less a sentient platypus spy who is sent to defeat evil doers, particularly Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He is a capable hand-to-hand fighter, stronger than the average platypus. In fact, he's stronger than the average man, capable of defeating multiple robots that 12 guys could not, defeat one. He is kind of a MacGyver with tech and a bit of a tech genius in his own right. He is the constant pain in the butt of Doofenshmirtz. And he is his only real weakness is he has bad eyesight, but he wears contact lenses for that. In a straight fight, who would win against these two? Well, Perry's the clearly more skilled individual. These are two individuals who probably wouldn't even fight. Hell, it'd probably actually be a weird team up between the two of them. But Perry is stronger than he looks, stronger than the average man, but he doesn't actually he has super strength by the terms of a platypus, not really by the terms of a human. Or if you were to look at it from the perspective of a human, he's just barely above superhuman or enhanced human. Whereas Captain Underpants is just straight out got superhuman strength. On a physicality level, Captain Underpants flat out wins. Plus, he also has heat vision, so that's something Perry doesn't really have a good answer for. But Perry is the smarter of the two, and the more skilled of the two. His smaller size also means he's a smaller target to hit. So if these two were to actually meet in a fight, who would win? Perry would most likely be trying to he tried to strategize around Captain Underpants, but he first probably tried to go head on just to test him and find that's not going to work. So then he has to double back and ultimately use his wits and skills and and his personal abilities. His whatever tech he might have, his MacGyver something, his intelligence and his strategy, as well as martial arts to get the one over on Captain Underpants. Now, would that ultimately work? Well, when someone has super strength and heat vision and you don't really have any enhanced super abilities yourself, that makes that very difficult. This is a weird version of Batman versus Superman. The problem is Perry doesn't have any prep time, and I don't know if he has any real weakness. Captain Underpants doesn't have a straightforward weakness to counter to be exploited by Perry. He doesn't have a kryptonite. At least, hold on. Captain Underpants' weakness. I looked up his abilities, but I couldn't find anything on weaknesses. Let's see here now. Captain Underpants weaknesses. Is there anything that's exploitable here? Weakness. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. His weakness is water. That's right. Because the water will actually snap him out of his state, because it's technically like a hypnosis state he's under as Captain Underpants. It's basically he has negative resistance to mind games as well, apparently. Let's see here. Yeah, come back. Where'd you go? Underpants would be the power to strongest. Where does it say? Yeah, apparently he's strong enough he can destroy skyscrapers and manhandle giant opponents. He can withstand a building-sized bionic hamster and completely unharmed after a massive fall. Though the good captain doesn't have much in the way of easily scalable speed, he is still capable of flying with lightning speed. And then obviously the water. Water is a big weakness for him. He's susceptible to mind games. So this is very much a Superman versus Batman kind of scaling. The question just simply comes down to, Is Perry smart enough to figure out a weakness or figure out what the weakness of Captain Underpants actually is? And without there being any precedent or without there being like water around for him to be trying to avoid and Perry picking up on, the answer probably is no. Because no tech that Perry could make on the fly would be able to handle someone of that power. So yeah, it is. It's not a good matchup for Perry, unfortunately. Now, if they're in near someplace with water and Perry maybe unintentionally just splashes him with water, that would win. He'd win the fight because he'd revert back to his alternate persona and mentality. But without there being water nearby, this is all a circumstantial or a situational fight of location. So if there's water nearby, Perry would win because I can't believe there wouldn't be a scenario where Perry wouldn't hit him with water. But if they're not near water, then even if it's like, or if there's like a very small amount of water that wouldn't come to mind really for either of them to be either afraid of or use in a fight. Like, ha! Like, no one would do that against a Superman. So chances are Captain Underpants is just too powerful for someone like Perry. Perry just can't handle this guy very well. Anyway, though, I digress. I go Captain Underpants. Who do you got? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.